Hey, how's it going?
Hey, it's good.
It is good. Funny thing, we're shooting at my house.
Our temporary living.
It's kind of a temporary, like, studio. We had a basement area to do it at another house, but we had to move. Anyway, long story short, I left all the camera and the, like, lighting up in the living room.
Do you know how good that looks when your children's friends' parents come in here?
over, and it totally looked like I was shooting something else, you know, like...
Listen, I need to know what you do with this equipment when I'm not around.
It's like, I'm just trying to relive my stripper days, okay? We get asked all the time, like...
And just recently, actually.
Yeah, I feel like in the past week we've gotten asked this more times than other questions.
It's a good question. Here it comes.
You know, we obviously have a unique co-parenting relationship, so people are always
Slightly.
like, would it be... not would it be.
Yeah.
Is it easier?
Do you think it's easier? Because obviously we don't know if it is or not.
Yeah, we don't know, but...
We didn't go test this out on different relationships. Sorry.
I don't recommend that. Is it easier because of who we married? Like when we remarried, is our getting along and being friends easier because we married each other's exes?
And
I don't know.
You know, actually, when this just recently got asked to me, Jessie wasn't with, and I said 100% yes. In my opinion, I was like, yes, I do think it's easier because one, we already knew the person. Two, we knew how they parented really well, so it wasn't this complete stranger coming in our life.
True.
But what people need to remember, when our situation transpired, if you will, we were friends prior, so we knew each other as friends. But then when everything happened,
we weren't friends anymore.
We weren't friends, and it's like we didn't even know that person anymore.
Yeah, that's true. It was like
so
this
we
whole
met,
other person. Even like in our exes, I feel like, too.
It was a whole different person that I met. I'm scared. But it really brings out a different side of people. Yeah. Obviously, there's zero judgment there because it literally brings out a different side in a person.
Yeah.
So you are meeting a new person in that situation.
Honestly, like I at first was thinking that it was going to be a lot more difficult because like I was nervous to tell you and Kelly about Brandon and I. Do you remember
She really was nervous. And
because
I thought she was actually more upset about our reaction when she told us that they...
I wasn't upset. I was like so surprised. I was like, wait.
Kelly and I were just like, okay, that's great.
I thought it was going to create another like rift, like one more rift, like in this like sea of like, you know, all this ripple effect of negativity. I thought it was going to be one more thing.
And I think it didn't because, and this is my opinion, is I think when you find happiness, you truly become happy for other people.
Yeah, I think that's true. So
sense.
It's a lot of times in divorces when one of the spouses, ex-spouses moves on,
and the
it's
other one
hard
does
for
not.
the other one. So I think no matter who it would have been that I ended up with, I think that it makes it easier.
It does make it easier because in that moment, I think for Jessie, because Kelly and I were together already, we've kind of talked about this before, is it almost feels like an end all for you. You don't have that other spouse or significant other to rely on and lean on, and all you see is your ex and their new partner so happy, and you feel like you're never going to get this happiness. And I think that's when we try to explain to people, because people will ask us, you know, how do you find happiness when they're so happy? And it's just, you need to remember, this isn't the end.
Yeah.
Stuff is going to move forward. You're going to move on. It's going to take time. Everything takes time. But your happiness is around the corner, and you have to find happiness, and you just can't find happiness in another person either. I've kind of shared this.
Yeah, and I think that like a lot of times that's what we get stuck on. Like, I'm not going to be happy if I am all alone. Like, I don't think that's true.
Not at all.
I've seen a lot of people. I have a lot of friends that are happily unmarried and happily not with a significant other, and they are living their best lives.
Absolutely.
So it's all about your perspective and like staying positive about it, I think, right? Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. But there are like positives of our situation. Obviously the like conveniences of it all is
For
really
sure.
nice.
Yeah.
We don't have all these different families that we're kind of having to deal with.
We could have like literally, oh my gosh, there'd be so many of us.
It could be like 4 couples, really. If you and Kelly didn't end up together,
if Kelly and I wouldn't have ended up together.
But I'm just saying, even if like, I feel like though, I don't know, maybe this is like me just being assumption.
Sure, we never know what would happen.
Yeah, like we don't know what happened. Like obviously our marriage is not in a good place, so who knows what would have happened down the road. And then it could have been that we have 4 different families,
absolutely, and we would have never been intertwined.
And maybe you and Brandon weren't in a good spot, so like we wouldn't have been intertwined like we are. We wouldn't have been like so connected.
Yeah.
But we do have that convenience of only having the 2 couples. But there are also negativities to that too. Like there really is, and we obviously tried to,
because we did know each other so well.
Yeah.
You know, so and it almost created even more hurt, I think, because of that.
Yeah, we were really close. And
for sure.
So, and then my family, I know for one, my family was so nervous about me ending up with Brandon. Like
because of our situation and the dynamics
it was just like they looked at it as like one more like link.
Because I think a lot of times in people's situation, and I'm not saying anybody in your family was being negative, but they immediately turn to the negative outcome of things instead of trying to see the good in it. Because in a situation like that, it's hard to see the good right away.
Oh yeah, I think my friends and family thought I was nuts. Like legitimately crazy. Like what? I was nervous to tell people that like, hey, my best friend back in Idaho, I like did not want to tell her. I didn't tell her for a long time. She was so mad at me. But I think once you see it, I think it's better. And once you see other people being happy, you're happy for them. Like
and
you
I
said.
think co-parenting in general is just hard no matter who you end up with in the beginning.
So true.
No matter if you are married to your exes, no matter, even if you get along, let's say you separate and you're happy for that person, you want each other to move on, there's tough situations no matter what. No matter who you're married to, there's always going to be trials. But guess what? There is in every relationship. In my marriage, there's trials. In our relationship, there's trials. In her and Brandon's relationship, there's trials.
Yeah.
With just your friends, there is. So it's just super important to remember that no matter who you end up with or who you don't end up with, you have to work at it at the end of the day, no matter what. I love
that. I think that's so like spot on. It does not matter who you're with, you have to work on it.
If you quit working on whatever you're trying to achieve, it'll just dwindle away, for sure. Boom.
That's how I feel about that. We do have some other stuff coming, but
absolutely.
I just feel like that was the most asked question this week.
I do believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe our husbands will be taking over. I get excited and nervous thinking about them taking over.
Oh, because I know they're going to say stuff that's just like...
we're going to have to do a vlog about their vlog.
Wait. Whatever he said. Yeah, exactly.
But we did get confirmation from the men that yes,
they will do it.
They will be taking over. So you guys voted on our Instagram, and if you're not following us on Instagram, go do that. But they said yes, they would do it. So that'll be coming up. So make sure you are subscribed, following all of our social medias, Instagram, Facebook, here, Twitter.
All of the things.
All the things.
All the things so that you can see it first.
That's that right.